we live?
I think that's the first thing people are going to hear. Yes, we're live. Dane is here, everybody. Her power works this week.
Finally. Although I think it waited until the live stream was supposed to be over and then came back. Because I think it was like 8:30 when it came. We had actually
Right, yeah,
and then
so
we had
it would have
headed
been
over
too late
somewhere else.
anyway, yeah. I mean,
Right.
if it had, the thing that I wasn't really worried about it. I just would have found it a little funny because when your power went out last week, that's why we didn't do a show last week. And you let me know way ahead of time. I think it went out like an hour before showtime, and you
Yeah.
messaged me and said, "Hey, this is a thing." So I said, "Well, let's just give it until
Mm-hmm.
quarter till, and if it's still off at quarter till, then we'll
On
just
the show.
we'll just call it." And what I was thinking was going to happen was we get to quarter
Five of
till.
it's
Yeah,
back.
exactly. You get to like quarter till, no power. 5 minutes later, oh, everything's back on, and boom, we've already canceled the show.
Yeah.
That's what I was kind of waiting to happen, but that didn't happen. So,
Nope.
um,
Yeah, we were without power for a good long while. And
so
but
before we
I
get,
think
oh, go ahead.
yes, yeah, we sort of we called it an evening. We're like, okay, so we stayed with my in-laws because they had power, and which means air conditioning. So it
Yes,
really wasn't terrible in the house when we left, but we're like, we could tell it was warming up, and we're like, we do not want to be waking up at like 2:30 in the morning going, oh, this is awful, and then
yeah,
not have any air.
yeah.
So, but then sure enough, like, we got a notification like half an hour later after we were there. We're
Your
like,
power's back on.
yeah, we're like, not going back. We'll go back tomorrow.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
was really tired.
So before we get too much further into our start of
Chit
the show
chat.
chit chat, I just want to remind everybody we are watching the second half of the ABC murders. And the time, if you are watching the same version that Dana and I are watching, which is the one that we downloaded from the Internet Archive, you want
A month
to have
ago.
your a month ago, you want to have it paused at the time code that is listed above our beautiful faces right now, which is 52 minutes 58 seconds. Go ahead and seek to that point and leave it paused there. And also, um, Mr. I love the
Synchronize.
Mr. I love the ants in the chat has worked out. If you're watching the version on BritBox, you want to have it at 50:49 because their timing is a little different. But it's the black screen right at, so we have Poirot and Hastings go and meet with the old lady, and then you get a scene of Poirot and Hastings on the train right afterwards, and then it dissolves to an establishing shot of Poirot's apartment building, and then it fades to black. So you want to pause when it fades to black at that point. And then when we hit play, it'll be fading up and it'll be Poirot and Hastings coming back into their place. So, but that's where you want to be paused at and ready to go from when we start watching the show. Now, Dana,
It has been a
I
very
have
eventful month, Steve.
yes, it has. Yes, it has. But I have a specific thing I want to prompt you to talk about.
Go for it.
Okay, okay, because it's been a little while since we've done this.
We've got a lot to go
So
over, so we'll talk fast.
so no, I want to get you something specific, right?
Okay.
As everybody who regularly watches our live streams together, you're a teacher. You're
Yes.
a public school teacher. In fact, this is your first week back. I think tomorrow you have students for the first time.
Tomorrow's the first day
Yeah,
with students. We
yeah.
actually came back last Friday. So it's not we have not
You
been
came.
back.
Okay,
Teachers have
yeah,
not been back a full week, but we came back at the very end of last week. Yeah.
right. And tomorrow is your first day of the year with students.
First
So,
day with students.
being a teacher,
Mm-hmm.
I would love for you to tell our viewers your reaction, response, what have you, to the choice of Kamala Harris of her running mate, which is Tim Walz, the current governor of Minnesota. But years and years ago, before he was the governor, before he was in Congress, he
Mm-hmm.
was a teacher. He was a high school teacher. So the
Yep.
the hopefully next vice president of the United States will be an experienced former teacher. What do you think of that?
I approve. If for the and in fact I shall make a note of this. For the let's say more forthright version of this. Gonna put that one on Patreon.
People will
Because
have to pay to get the unfiltered Dana take.
yeah, that's gonna have there is a massive sense of relief. Wallace was
Mhm.
my first pick. I mean, out of
Yeah.
anybody I heard, easily was my front runner. I was not as um negative about Shapiro as a lot of teachers have been, given his stance on
Vouchers.
thank you. My brain kept saying charters. I'm like, shut up, brain. It's not charters. It's vouchers. But interestingly enough, I know he vetoed at least one voucher bill, and I don't know that he has signed any of them. He's just expressed support for, you know, vouchers as an
Right.
element of choice. I
Yeah.
don't um I wish that students had more options among public schools. Like I think that could be beneficial.
Yeah.
There are some magnet and focus schools that I know students who go there, if they want a tech focused program or an arts focused program, especially at the high school level,
Oh yeah,
it's
sure.
really
We have
cool that they're
something
able
like
to.
that in this county. Yeah.
Right, it's really
Yeah.
cool that they're able to do that. Um, and of course, I wish that schools were funded more equitably,
Yeah.
because and just just a community issue, because even if all schools had like the exact same operating budget, not all students have the same needs.
Right.
And so, I mean, I was talking with our principal about this, because we're looking at adopting a vocabulary program, like, sort of kind of like Duolingo, except like more advanced. Incorporates reading passages, and that does a number of things, tests students, gives them different versions of the word. So the idea is that it helps build students vocabulary. And so we're looking at using Title One money. Title One specifically focused in this case is specifically focused on improving outcomes for students who are financially disadvantaged, or in financially disadvantaged communities. And so we're looking at making it more affordable by having our honor students not do this program, just continue with their regular, what they've been doing in classes, because it seems to be working. And the thing is, I feel kind of a couple different kinds of ways about that, because obviously what they're doing is working, but wouldn't it be nice if we could give something to them that would help them even more? Even though they're already doing well, maybe with this program they can do better. But at the same
Sure.
time, some of what we are required to do is, our Title One goal, which you have to do as part of the Title One program. You have to say, here's what we're going to do with this money that y'all are giving us.
Yeah.
Is our goal is focused on student achievement. And some of that is in reducing the gap between our highest achieving students and our lower achieving students. So if everybody progresses at the same rate because they all have access to this, then we're not closing that gap. So it's hard. So yeah.
Yeah. 255 AD, I remember in my school district when they started doing it in August as opposed to September, going back to school. When I was a wee little kid and like, I'm talking like first, second, third grade,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like early
A
years.
munchkin.
Yeah, we would never, it was always September when we started
But
back.
Tuesday after Labor Day, right?
Yeah, yeah. And then at a certain point, they moved it back, and summer vacation ended in late August instead of early September. And it still feels wrong to me, even though like most of my years
Whole
in
career.
school, it was like that. And now I'm 44. I haven't even been in school for decades, but it still feels like starting school before September. That just, but yeah, it's pretty much, it's in most of the country here in the United States. I think it's pretty normal.
Mhm.
Most districts go back at some point in August.
I think in the South we tend to go back a little bit earlier. Um,
Yeah.
but I think that's, we also get out a good bit earlier as well. Cause I mean, I remember when I was going to school, you didn't get out until well into June. I remember
That's true.
you would have been the blizzard of 93.
Yes.
So
Yes.
were you in high school yet? You might have been like either
I
you were
was
a
in
freshman or
middle
you would have been
school.
middle school. Yeah.
I was in middle
So
school. I remember this because we missed so much school because of that. They actually had to add time to the day to make up the number.
woo,
Yeah, they added like half an hour to the end of every school day to
nope,
make up the amount of time that we missed.
we just added days to the calendar, except, and I remember because it was my junior year. My junior year. Um, unless you were a senior, they did not move graduation. So the rest of us had like freaking 2 weeks added. We went till the middle of June. Ugh.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the seniors didn't have to. Boy, was I salty about that. Although, no, it was the blizzard of 93. I must have been a sophomore because I graduated in 95.
Yeah, I was going to say, I
I
think you, yeah, because you're 2 years
Yeah.
ahead of me. But yeah, it was. I mean, when looking back, it wasn't that big of a deal at the time. We were like, they're going to keep us longer every day, but it worked out. We were
Yeah,
on
it
like
ends
a
up being like 5 minutes more for each class.
yeah, we were on like a 7 class schedule, so it's like okay, a
Yeah.
few extra minutes for each class. It wasn't that big of a deal, but at the time, it was like no, you
Yeah.
know,
No, I would have much rather, man, we were mad. And the high school did not have air conditioning. Oh, it was miserable. It was
ooh,
awful. It was so
Jesus,
bad. Yeah, it
Jesus,
sucked.
Jesus. Yeah. On 255 AD with a callback to last week on the Ask Away stream where we were coming up with wrestler names for founding fathers. And 255 AD's belated contribution is John Headlock. That's pretty good. I can get behind that. That's pretty
I
good.
like that one. Okay.
Flossman, you
I'm
feel
plus.
awful sending the member stuff? What do you mean? I don't feel awful
I'm
about
so
you giving
confused.
me money. Please let me soothe your
I
conscience.
send. I mean, I don't send member stuff. I send patron stuff because
Patron stuff.
back
Yeah.
back in my day, they didn't have channel memberships in YouTube. The YouTubes.
Back in my day.
So yeah, definitely. And just, I mean, it's hard for me to say because I know, because of the algorithm. I mean, I'm a teacher and I post a fair amount of, teacher stuff, nerd stuff, political stuff. That tends to be, what I share and respond to. And so when the
Yeah.
announcement of the vice presidential candidate is a former teacher, it's like that's
Yeah.
almost all I'm seeing. It's like Tim Walz, a post about how my day is going. Tim Walz.
Yeah.
When do you guys go back to school? Tim Walz.
Yeah.
It's like it's
Yeah.
absolutely been bonkers. Oh, and so there was a Zoom call, rural voters for Walz and Harris. It was last night, and I was not on it, Steve. I did not attend it.
There's only so much you can do.
It really, I could not be in two places at once.
Indeed.
So
Indeed.
yeah, do you know why I couldn't be on the Zoom call? I bet you do.
Oh, because you were at this. We haven't told people about this yet.
Nope. I said it's been a very eventful month.
You were talk about this for a little bit, and then we'll start watching the show. But yeah. You were at rehearsal because you're in another show.
Yep. So yeah, since the last time we actually got to have, I think it was right before the audition, I auditioned for Anne of Green Gables and I got cast as Rachel Lynde. Yes. Who was just so much fun to play. And I'm drawing from like a Minnesota accent, even though they're from Canada, just
same thing.
I feel it's Northern, So
Tim Walz could be a Canadian.
Her tagline is, well, if you want my opinion, and I'm sure you don't, and then she goes on to tell you to give
She
what her
just
opinion is anyway.
tells
Just
you whatever she was going to tell you anyway. Yeah.
gonna say this thing. So
Yeah, I'm so glad that, because I know, because like you are an Anne of Green Gables fan from way back.
yeah, long time.
So I'm sure that's pretty cool for you to have a part in a show, because
It
that
really
I
is,
know that's
and
been one of your favorite things for forever.
yep, yep. I really enjoy it. The character's great. We all, um, we've read through it a couple of times. We still all cry at the end. Just when Anna's sort of growing up and Marilla is finally coming around to being able to tell her that that she does care for her, and it's not
Yeah.
she's not quite as um not just restrained, but just sort of practical and not
Yeah.
able to share her emotions really openly. Yeah. Oh, Liz, thank you. So yeah. So that's been a lot of fun. I really enjoy, and but I'm tired a lot because man,
Well, yeah.
yesterday it was like get up, go exercise, come home, shower, make sure I'm dressed for open house, set up classes, make photocopies, attend meetings, um, arrange the desks, put the posters up, da, 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 da. And then at the end of that, 2 hours of open house and greeting parents and having them sign in and having them make these things, da da da, and here's where your classes are, and signing off on that they've come by, and making sure I get their phone numbers and their email addresses, and this is what you can expect. Here's what you need to have for my class. It's really easy. Just show up. Yes, they should. It would be great if they had
Just
a
be here.
pencil and notebook paper, but if they forget, I've got that too. Just please be here. Ah. Oh my goodness. So yeah, and then straight to rehearsal. And I was still
Yeah.
like a couple minutes. They just got started when I like dragged myself up the stairs. My feet are so tired, my back, like everything is tired. But I still had fun. It was still fun.
Well, that's great.
Yeah. So yeah. I'm looking forward to
255 AD,
tomorrow's
that
fun.
sounds like horseshit. 255 AD says, when I was in school, there was a wet recess and they decided to assign work since we couldn't go out. I thought, damn it, can't we play board games with half the pieces missing like normal? Yeah, that is bullshit. Because that was when we were in elementary school, like that's what it always was. If the weather was such that we couldn't go outside for recess, we always had recess inside.
Yeah.
There was never classwork during recess.
Oh, no, that's not true. Sometimes there was classwork during recess, but it wasn't based on the weather. Like,
Well, if you fucked up and the teacher was punishing you, but
that's what I'm familiar with
but
from
not
my
based on the
tenure as
weather.
the
Yeah, not based on the weather. It was, I mean, recess was recess unless you had done
yes.
something to lose the privilege.
Yep.
Uh,
Unless you
yeah,
earned that work,
yeah. No,
you got playtime.
there would have been a riot.
There
There
would
would
have
have been
there
a riot. There would have been teachers' heads on the end of pikes if they had said, well, instead of recess today, for no reason in particular, we're just going to keep doing schoolwork. Oh, no, no, no.
Sure, Steve.
We would have committed collective murder. It would have been an inverted mass murder. It would have been the mass of us murdering one person.
uh, dear Lord, please let there be a blue tsunami.
Oh,
Increase the
wouldn't that be nice?
momentum. Wouldn't that be nice to have like a supermajority in Congress?
Yeah, let's not. Yeah, but yes, that would be incredibly nice. I'm doing my
Mm,
part, and I know you're going to do yours too.
yeah.
I've already been writing get out the vote postcards, and in fact, today I wrote and shot
So,
a
yep.
special Stuffy and Friends video that I'm thinking will probably go out sometime next week, because I'm going to need to have time to. It's not going to take super long to edit it, but I'm not going to be able to do it tonight or probably tomorrow because I have other stuff going on. But It is Stuffy and Friends Get Out the Vote, and it focuses on writing Get Out the Vote postcards, which is something that
Yeah,
I am doing this year for the first time ever, and Stuffy's helping me out. And and in the
of course he
next
is.
several weeks, Dana and I are going to do a special live stream uh, about it, where we'll be writing postcards on the stream and talking about how you do it and if you would like to get involved to help out with this,
Please
because
do.
it is a very effective way of encouraging people to get out and vote, and much
And
less much less stressful than phone banking, because we did phone banking a couple years
mhm.
ago, the two of us. And while I am not sorry I did it, and I'm very glad that I did it, um,
The
incredibly stressful.
number of the number of times you just don't get to talk. I don't regret any of the when I get somebody who is not actually a likely Democrat. Because that's the
Yeah,
people you're calling
yeah,
people who are likely to support your
right.
candidate to encourage
To
them to vote.
encourage them, yeah, yeah,
But sometimes you get people who are not likely. And but even those, I tend to do well in conversation, to say, okay, well, do you know where your precinct is? I'm going to encourage them to vote anyway. And hopefully they will remember that, somebody from my candidate, even though I didn't think I was going to get the vote, I still encourage them, and maybe that'll change their mind. I don't know. But it's what's really discouraging about it is the number of
oh, the
um
where you don't get anybody.
yeah, where it just goes to voicemail, or
Yeah,
you just don't get anything. Like nothing, nothing.
which, I mean, again, like, if I get a call from a number I don't recognize, I don't pick up the phone ever.
Yeah,
Like, ever. If
I
I'm not
do.
expecting a call from somebody, I know you do, but
I'm
that's,
just I'm like, hi, who's this?
yeah,
who
you're
who
way
are
too
you and why are you calling
there.
me?
Your curiosity is one of your most beautiful qualities, but it does cross lines occasionally where I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing? Um,
Well, it's not I don't make you do it.
I
I
know, but
just want to find out who's
it's like,
calling
why
me.
would you pick up the phone if you don't
Because I
know
want
who
to
it is? You,
know. I
yeah,
want to know.
I don't, I don't like, fucking text me. You've got my number. Text me, you know? Um, but yeah, so writing the postcards, I have found, is once you get into a groove, and once you memorize the message, because the first day I did it, I kept having to look back at the paper to remember what I was supposed to write, and that kind of slowed me down a little bit. But by
Mhm.
day two, I was like, I've got this shit locked in. I can just sit down and be like, oh, who's the next name on the list? Okay, hi, Lavinia. Blah, 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 like,
This is
it's,
so and so with the thus and such campaign. We're da 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 da. We hope blah 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 blah
yeah,
blah blah.
yeah. So, so yeah, stuffy video about that coming out next week. I shot it today. I'm very pleased with how it went, and yeah. So, shall we watch ourselves some
Let's do.
Poirot?
I'm gonna go ahead and take my evening medicine.
Good
I'm ready to
idea.
go to bed because man, I'm gonna be ready.
As soon as Poirot and Wordmaster is over with, you can just fall asleep right in your chair there. Just
Now I'm wearing jeans. I've got to change into jammies. I
okay.
mean,
Well,
y'all can't. I guess I could have changed into pajamas before, but I didn't really have a chance because.
you shimmy out of them and then just fall asleep in the chair. Okay, so there's the now you want to, like I told you at the start. If you are watching the same version that Dane and I are watching, the one that we downloaded from the Internet Archive, you want to be paused at 52:58. That's the time code on your screen, but I'm going to take it off the screen now because I have to put the actual running time code up there. So have yourself paused at 52:58, and then Dana, would you like to tell them how this works?
Yes. So you make sure that you're saying today is a little bit complicated because you can't just start at the beginning. So you have to be on the black screen at 52:58. You did say 52:58, right?
52:58. You are
Okay. So
correct.
all of a sudden I was like, what if it was supposed to be 57? No. So then Steve is going to start counting. He's going to count backwards from three. 3, 2, 1, play. And when he says play, you play. We all start at the same time, and hopefully it stays mostly synchronized. But keep an eye up there, remembering that is The Internet Archive version time, not the BritBox time. Just FYI. If it's a little
Yes,
bit off, not so a big deal. So we're not singing along. Just,
exactly.
we're just watching. And then just, communicate in the chat. Don't give the ending away because Steve hasn't seen it yet.
That's right. Yes, please don't give the ending away if you know the solution to the mystery.
But this is one of the ones that I'm more familiar with the story. So I have this one. I have the book.
The story,
the
yeah.
book, the novel, yeah.
The novel. All right, here we go. I'll count us in from 3, and everybody hit play when I say play from 52:58, and
I'm ready.
Yeah, and we'll watch the second half of the ABC Murders. Here we go in 3, 2, 1, play. And you should be seeing Poirot's mail.
Okay, good. Because I thought when you were talking to somebody earlier, you said, there's an establishing shot, then a black screen, and then they go into the apartment. I'm like,
we pick up after the establishing shot.
itching nose. Buzz.
Well, I'm here, the only policeman in the country.
A very unconventional convention, if so. Okay. Yes. Darn it.
I feel like the country of Great Britain really should hire a second police inspector just to
Well, I
cover
mean,
all of these cases.
it's really small. It's not much bigger than Maryland. Ah,
Sacre bleu.
dun, dun. Mhm. She loves those. Oh, so of course that's Mr. Brown from the first Tommy and Tuppence mystery. Somebody you wouldn't really notice, he was just sort of there. Oh, oh.
I've soiled myself.
Flossman, no, we're partway through. We've been doing this for a little while now with Poirot. This is the ABC murders, if it gives you the title. Pizza time.
This is series 4, episode 1, actually, Flossman.
Thank you for keeping up with these things. I don't know. Mm. Mm-hmm. Sometimes we've had other things on it, Shauna Sullivan, but the Red Baron 3G's pizza. Oh, that's nice. Crispy crust. It's just wonderful mix of flavors. It might be addictive. I don't know. I really like it. It makes me happy.
Oh my God, he's got a suitcase full of stockings.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yes, but
But you're cute, so it's okay. Mm-hmm. Shauna Sullivan, this one, it's a frozen pizza. We just cook it here. Just grocery store pizza. Hmm.
Hello, ladies. Nice to meet you. I'm Grim Death.
The Snake Pit Cat, I want it now.
I tell you what, I do love those little pizza bagels, though.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. Floss, man, you can't tell me what to do.
Well, he can, but you don't have to do what he tells you.
I do. Yes.
There's a knowledge we don't know we know. Wait, hang on.
We know what we know. We know what we don't know, but we don't know everything we don't know, and we don't know everything we know.
Makes it rough.
Yeah, it sucks. David C. Drake, that's kind of funny. I should introduce every video by saying "Hello, ladies," even if if it's a complete non sequitur. That she wanted to sleep with you.
Mm-hmm.
I love you. Why did I say that? I'm sorry. His insane egoism. Says Poirot in a tone of voice that lets her know it's definitely not a problem.
HB Haga, you're probably right. Happy belly. Happy Dana.
You know who they need? They need Bruce Willis from Unbreakable, who he can just wander through the crowd and just let his hands brush against people, and like he can read their minds and tell who's going to kill somebody and who's not.
There you go.
Problem solved. Diarrhea is like a storm raging inside you. I stole that joke from Mystery Science Theater. I cannot take credit for that.
Oh, man.
Keep searching the stock footage. The killer's got to be here somewhere.
I mean, that's completely unrealistic.
Oh,
Well, the non-smokers around her didn't cough and glare.
everyone of taste, Floss Man. Everyone of taste.
Everyone Steve cares about.
Like I said,
Oh, look at that. Come on, Dova!
Oh, I love the cinema. Gotcha. You think? Easy as 1, 2, 3. Simple as do re mi it is.
Oh my.
Oh, what a time to be alive and killing people.
Woohoo!
Oh, it's a Regal. That's where I went to see Deadpool and Wolverine.
Did you kill anybody while you were there?
Just one guy, yeah.
Dun dun dun. Apparently he didn't wash his hands.
Oh, my knife is ruined.
It's all grody.
Oh, honey, it's okay.
It's not okay. It'll never be okay again. Flossman, you might be a little ahead of us. He's washing his hands now. That would be all right again. David C. Drake, I think you're right about that.
Hi, Lance. It's Lance, my friend.
Hello, friend Lance. What? Poirot was right? Gasp. Shock.
On his own show? Don't touch it. That's what she said. I wonder if this bloody knife has anything to do with the crime we investigate.
Can't believe it. I
I can't
shan't believe
believe
it.
it. Oh, I wonder if this has anything to do with my recent bout of serial killing. H.B. Haggett, hopefully grape nuts. Well, he seems fine.
He swooned. Dun, dun, dun.
That's right, Flossman. The ABC murders.
Dun, dun, dun. Um, Dun dun dun. The brains. Dun dun dun.
Now remember, if you find him, he's innocent until proven guilty.
Unless they're in fear of their lives.
Oh, yeah. Then apparently you can just do whatever you want.
Mr. I Love the Ants, don't forget that was because that was part of the plan. Because once he was tried and then found not guilty, double jeopardy would attach. Poirot's a liar. A cab. Poirot triumphs again. I'm about to be rich. Oh, that was fun. That ending. Oh my gosh.
Really nicely done. Yeah. The end.
Yep. Hastings' new best friend, someone who will listen to his stories. All right. I am stuffy, and I'm not stuffy. I'm just, allergies. So,
Indeed.
but I don't want to turn off the camera and do my nose spray. I'll just wait until we go. So let's do our word game.
Yeah. We're gonna play as we don't do Wordle anymore. To stick it to the New York Times. We do Word Master, which is the same game. And here is the Word Master board. And the way this works is Dana does not actually see this. She's only going by my description, but she does take the lead and decide what we're going to guess and so forth. And of course, please play along with us if you're watching and throw in your suggestions in the chat, and we will solve the puzzle together. So, Dana, shall we begin with our customary starter word?
Yes, let's.
Which is
Heart.
heart. Heart. Let's see what that gives us. Oh my, okay. It gives us an E and an A, but both in the wrong place.
Well, let's go for lions.
Our secondary starter word, lions, Lions. And that gives us, the S in the right place at the end of the word. So the last letter is S, no H, no R, no T, no L, no I, O, or N, but there is an E and an A in there somewhere.
So, oh man, my brain is not wanting to cooperate. So, huh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What do you think of that one?
We can try it.
Uh,
We can try it.
I'd like to come up with some alternatives first. Okay, so DM what
Mr. Armour suggests capes.
yeah, there's a lot. So my third word when I think there's just a lot left is dumpy.
Yeah. Dumpy. You want to try that?
Yes.
Dumpy.
Yes.
Dumpy. Let's see what dumpy gives us nothing.
Okay.
So no dump or y.
So it's not capes either because there's no
That's
P.
true. It can't be capes because there's no P.
Okay.
And I saw someone in the chat suggested taxes. It can't be taxes because there's no T.
But it could,
we know there's no T
it
for
could
heart.
be cakes.
Ooh, it could be cakes. Hey, that's
Let's
a possibility.
Try that one,
Yeah, let's try cakes.
Yes.
Cakes. Cakes. Okay, it's not cakes, but all the letters we know are now in the right place. The A is the second letter, the E is the fourth letter, and the S is the last letter. So
oh my gosh,
it's something A, something ES.
Well, it can't be bears because there's not an R.
It can't be taxes, but it could be waxes.
It could be waves.
It could be waves. That's a good one too.
How many more guesses do we have?
We have 2 more guesses.
Uh-oh. So let's see. We could do waxes, waves, wages.
Oh, it could be wages. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, there are a few possibilities here.
Let's see. So, well, let me look at my keyboard here to try to remember letters. We didn't do so G. Um, and it could be asses.
No, it can't because the A is the second letter.
Oh, the A is the second letter. Great, great. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, so waves. Okay. Kara, it can't be gapes because there's no P because Dumpy
Right.
gave us nothing. Um,
Right.
so what I'm good. So I'm gonna guess if we try vague on this next one, if we're looking at waxes, wages, and waves, one either the V or the G or neither of them will show up.
Oh, I see.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So
So
if okay,
now, hang on. Wait. No, it can't be makes because Dumpy has an M. So not that one.
right. Yes.
Right. HB Haga, I'm not saying that that's actually a guess, but I'm trying to eliminate letters.
Yeah.
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 So yeah, let's go with vague.
if we
And then I
try
think that'll give
vague
us
and yeah, vague will
this
tell
may
us
be it though.
whether
This may be the end of our streak.
that's true. Well, technically not because we're no longer playing Wordle. We're playing Word Master.
It's
We
true.
we
We've got a
we,
perfect
we
streak on
retired
Wordle.
undefeated from Wordle.
Yes.
The Word Master streak is only at 2. So, but anyway, okay,
Yeah.
let's try vague and see what it gives us. Okay, no V and no G.
So let's try waxes.
Let's try waxes. Okay, W
Mr. Armour, we
A.
just found out there's no V.
Okay, we're gonna try waxes. This is our last guess.
Oh, it could be fakes.
It was eases.
Oh, those double vowels.
Eases. Well, we lost. These things happen. It was bound to happen sometime. Very diabolical. It was eases. We were all stuck on trying to put a consonant in the front of it, and we didn't. We overlooked it. It could have had a vowel.
And a vowel that we'd already used too.
Yeah.
Although
yeah.
I did think of the double letter, the repeated letter with asses, but then we just got away from it. Yeah, starting with a vowel makes it tricky. Yeah, that was diabolical. A tough one.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so folks, don't forget next week we are not continuing with Poirot. It will be DS9,
Deep Space Nine.
What are we watching?
Right. A very well-loved episode, especially for those of us who enjoy watching Avery Brooks just chew all the scenery in sight. For the Uniform. So, For the Uniform is next week.
Cool, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yes. Yes, I think so. And you know what? Not only do we get Avery Brooks chewing the scenery, we also get literary references.
Ooh, fun.
Yes, and the rare Star Trek literary reference that is neither a Shakespeare nor a Melville.
Oh, wow.
I know.
All right, so there's that coming up. And then don't forget that next week, if you are a member or a patron, on Monday, you'll get a note from Steve that says, hey, here's a Google form, and you can send in a question, which Steve will answer to the best of his ability. Not this coming Friday, but next Friday on Ask Away. Also, don't forget that down in the description, we have charitylinks.page, as well as a number of nonprofit organizations. Charitylinks.page has links to GoFundMe's and such for friends and associates of ours who could use some financial help. So if you have the financial resources to do so and you would like to, helping out is good.
Indeed it is.
And then in 2 more weeks, we'll be watching Poirot again.
That's true. And the next Poirot will be, the next time we watch Poirot, it will be the first half of Death in the Clouds.
So, FYI, if you notice that it was a little slow tonight, you might want to go ahead and download Death in the Clouds like in the next few days. So you'll have it ahead
Sure.
of time. Anything else?
I think that's
We
it.
covered everything. Yay, us. Thanks so much for being here, everybody. I enjoyed it. I hope you did too.
I certainly know I did. All right. Bye, everybody. Have a good night. We'll see you next time.